Hello everybody, it's Wheel Trouble, and today I've got a review for you for the Quest 2. This is Arcade Legend. In this game, you take control of the corpse of an arcade and build a mecca for angsty teens and young adults who are dying to get a taste of the 90s. The cooler you make this place, the more people will visit. You may also be able to get your IRL friends to drop by too. I've just completed this game, and there's only a small handful of games including bowling, hoops, and a vertical whack-a-mole. The developers have set up a request section on their website, but it is actually kind of difficult to find. I'm not sure bowling is an arcade game, rather you saw arcades and bowling alleys, but I grew up in the 90s, so I actually know the difference. On that note, the bowling is dismal. It's been 17 years since we had the pleasure of experiencing bowling on the Wii. On the Wii, bowling felt natural enough that remotes were flying through television sets around the world. How any company could go backwards from that is beyond me. Especially when we have virtual reality. Spin is awkward. I couldn't bowl in the direction I was swinging without watching my arm directly. They should have left this part out or redecorated it as skee-ball, which I haven't found yet, and that's a classic arcade game. I'll come back to the games, but I also need to highlight some of the other motion tracking issues that should have been common sense. Like any VR title that involves interaction, they have you get dressed. Create an avatar. No shirt, no service. As you can see, this guy in the mirror keeps standing sideways whenever I have my hands at my sides. Who stands that way? I honestly don't believe the developers have a QA department. I have never seen a game default facing in this manner. Hoops and the weird ping pong ball game are genuinely fun. They feel natural. The whack-a-mole doesn't quite feel right, but that's because you don't feel buttons under you. It's a haptic issue. They could vibrate the controller, but I'm not somebody who would be satisfied with that. I really like that tactile click. I've not tried all the games that are out at this time, and I'm not sure I will. Like a real arcade, there are games that I know make the house money that I have no interest in playing. Speaking of the house, that's sort of where the narrative cracks a little. There's a free play option, but the only way to unlock anything is to use tokens that you find laying on the floor. Thank you, careless customers. From there, you get tickets to buy prizes that your business presumably bought from the profits generated from the cabinet that you just installed. Do you see the problem? The accountants are probably happier with this arrangement, but any real owner would have just kept the books differently. If you've never been a business owner or a store manager, this probably doesn't run the wrong way. Management or ownership will make this transactional arrangement annoying, as we instantly recognize it as the store paying the marked up price instead of the retailer price. It's okay, I'll just rationalize it as the weird voice is the owner and I'm just a customer with early access. This game feels like early access anyway. Once you get into that mindset of being a premium customer, the game actually does shine. It shines in the same classic sense that arcades did. You can have fun with this game, but it sells for $25 in the Metastore. I had a coupon that brought it down to $17, and I still feel a little ripped off. I'm almost certain that I could find many of these experiences in VR chat for free. The most I can see paying for a title like this is $8. With friends, it could be okay, but I can't recommend it to them in good conscience. It's okay, just not for this price. Further, let's go ahead and get into the actual tech side of it. I'm a catwalk owner, and I like being able to move around, and as you can see from these videos, I am moving around with the stick. It's a linear motion. But because it's not PC VR, it's not catwalk compatible. Okay, so we have the Nexus, which allows you to play native Quest games with the catwalk as well. But it's not Nexus compatible either. So what's the point? I end up possibly getting motion sick. They do have a teleport option, but I didn't care enough. You're standing in front of a cabinet. But this is a downer in my book as well. The final tally? This game is buggy, with a few design decisions that just don't add up. The inability to move or use my PC to up the graphics is a huge hit as well. It's pretty and has some of that Ticket Monster nostalgia from my childhood, and we might see more games if the developers think they have enough profit to care enough to make them. I've played worse. I don't hate this game, but I also won't gift it to anyone, and I wouldn't buy it again until it's in the single digits. Factor in the bugs, and this game is a solid 2 out of 5 at best. Personally, I almost want to rate it lower, as I detest games that don't stop with the post-launch add-ons, a la Mario Odyssey. I don't need my avatar to have 3,047 different shirts and 90 different eyebrows. I just don't care that much, and that won't keep me playing. But other people do tend to like those features, and for the sake of the score, I'm just going to let those cancel each other out. 2 out of 5, or you can fight me down in the comments section, like a good mall arcade rat. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. This is Wheel Trouble. We're hoping to have a Ko-Fi up soon so you guys can support me there since Patreon pretty much deleted everything I had. I'll see you guys next time with a review of The Last Clockwinder. Wheel Trouble out.